Hi everyone, I'm Ajit Tekanaik again with a new Drupal video. Um, so I'm a Drupal developer since 2008, and I would like to share some videos with you. This time I will uh, attempt to create a small feature to copy a node. For example, like in your website, you have you can have very large node types. So hi everyone, I'm Ajit Tekanaika again with a new Drupal video. I'm a Drupal developer since 2008. So if you want to contact me, you can contact me using my email eaajithe@yahoo.com. Today I'm going to share a video uh, node copy using a custom module. For example, like if you have very large node type in your system, so you want to create a new node out of existing node. So rather creating from scratch, you can just copy from an existing node and then edit it. So especially when you have when you want to create a new node which has very similar information with an existing node. So actually there are so many modules you can use for this functionality, but it's very simple, like using few lines of code, using a custom module, you can achieve this the way you want. So I have created a Drupal instant for this demo, and it is Drupal 7. Excuse me. So for example, like I will get a very simple content type. So I have few content types in my system. I have, in my last video I created two content types, that is artist and song. The song has the node reference to artist. So for example, if I look at my song content type, it has only few fields like name, lyrics, mp3, and genre and artist. But this is, you don't need to create a function or to create a copy of this node, this type of node, because it has so only few fields. You can easily recreate a new node. But imagine that if you have uh, 10 or 20 fields in this node, and you need to create a new node using an existing node. That's really helpful. So let me dive into the requirement now. Okay, so now in the previous video I created a Drupal view to list my all songs. So let us go back to that. So views, my songs. If I go to my songs, so you can see that my all songs are here with the name, mp3, genre, and artist name. This came from the other reference node, that is artist. So by the way, my idea is to create a new node using an existing node. So in order to do that, I would like to add a link to another column, create copy. So let me add that link to this view. So for that I can, so that means you can see that my view has all the fields attached, node id, title, mp3, genre, and the artist name. So the nid is by default at the moment is excluded from the display, but it is there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a link next to the artist name to enable that functionality, that will create copy. So for that I will add maybe a link like global text. Yes. So label is action, and we have replacement patterns. So I have NID here. that is the NID of this particular song. So I'll put a link here. I will call it as copy node and then my NID copy node. So I close the A tag and apply. So you can see the new action is there. If you hover over the link, you can see it's a node 7, this one 6 or whatever. So this in, so once you click on this link, it should create a copy of this particular song. And so now the link is, so there's no link. That means you don't have this link existing in your system. So so what we have to create this link. For that I use my custom module. So let me open my Sublime Text. So I have already created demo module for this purpose. This is demo module, and I have created this if you are not familiar with the hook menu, in later stage I will add another video to describe all the features of this hook menu and what you can do with this, and what are the some special functionality you can add to this menu item. So for this video I will create my already added hook menu item. So that means I already added the menu link, copy node, and then you pass the existing node ID to this one. So if you are familiar with the hook menu, you can see that page callback, you have to is the function that I am calling. Once if somebody call this function get called. I mean, if somebody try to access this path, this function get called, that is page callback. I am passing the third argument, that so copy is 0 and node is 1, this one is 2. So I am passing page argument as 2. So if somebody type copy node 12, so 12 is passed to page argument. So let me go to that page callback function that is here. At the moment there's nothing. And also you have to be very careful when you implement functionality like this. You have to enable security. So in this case I have enabled in such a way that this particular link or the path can be executed by only the administrator. So that means access arguments that I pass the role administrator, and access callback I have developed a small function to check whether this user has this particular role. So if you go down, you can have a look at that one. So demo user has role. So so this function get this value and see whether the UI log has a administrator. So you can have a look at this function. I'll wait for a minute. So this function check whether you are the administrator. So assuming that everything is fine, so now I have created this menu item using my hook menu. So you can have a look at again. This is the path you have specified, and the argument you pass your node ID, and then that ID get passed to this function has a page argument. That page callback function is this one. So argument get here. So this is the function. So NID is passed here. So now let me write some code. If NID then I create the create a node equal to node load using this NID. So I'm loading that node assigned to the variable node. Then I create new variable called new node and get this node variable. So I'm not touching the existing node. I'm assigning the it to a new variable called new node. So now, since this node has NID and this both has the same NID, we can't save this one. You have to remove the NID from the new node. So for that you can say unset new node NID, because this NID is the same as the existing node ID. I don't want to that. And also you have to unset new node VID. What is this VID? VID is actually, now in Drupal, you know that Drupal is it creates revisions for every node. So this is the version ID. That means you have to remove that one as well. So every node has a revision information. So this is the version ID. So you have to remove this. You have to remove the node ID, VID, and also, since we are creating new node, we need to remove created, that is the timestamp when you timestamp you get when the node is created. So that is belong to the previous node, and we need to remove that one from the new node. Also unset new node change, that is the another timestamp value. We need to get new values for this node, so we have to unset. And so now we have done it. If you want to do any other field changes, if you want to, for example, if you want to give a new value to a certain field or something, you can do it here. So for this video I'm not doing any more than this. So I'm going to save this node save new node. So new node. Now, so you see that we load the existing node assigned to the node and then get a copy of that one to the new node, and we unset all the values belong to the previous node. When the Drupal save this node, it automatically assign new node ID, VID, and created and change value for that one. So node save. And after we save this node, better to go back, better to redirect to the new node. Then you can have a look at it. To pro, go to node, and then the new node ID. New node dash NID. So what it does, after creating new node, it redirect to the new node ID. So you can look at that new node. So we save this function and we go back to our view. So we have added that link, copy node. So save this one. Now I would like to go to this because we have a path to this view. So demo. So these are my songs. So now you can see that there is a new action being added. That is, when you hover over, you can see that see, node 7 is this one, node 6 is this one. So if I click on this, Yeah. So new node being created. If you want to look at verify that, go to content. You see that it has been created. This one same. So and now see that the timestamp everything changed. Node ID get new node ID. The previous one was 7, now 8. Let me do one more time. So this is the one. We create another one. See that if you create another one, you get another song. So if you go back to the view, you can see that if you are duplicating the existing node with a new node with new NID and all other values. So this is very useful. Let's see that very simple thing, simple code here and few lines of code, and also you once you have enabled proper security here, only in this case only administrator can create this node. So that means using 5 lines you can create a new node from an existing node, rather using a big module or something that to get this functionality done. So actually the way you have to put this link is not on a view. You have to put this link under the node template. For example, like you can use a preprocessor function, preprocessor underscore node function, and then add this link to variable, then the variables, and then that variable is available in your node template. Then if that particular variable is set, then you can add a link bottom of your node template. Then when you view the node, you can see a link bottom on the bottom that create copy of something. So this for this video I just created a link uh, on my view to simplify the process. Otherwise this link should not be like this. It has to be something like, for example, view on this node, it has to be somewhere here. So somewhere here, so then you can view the node and create a copy. And also remember that this functionality you need, again I need to remember this functionality you need when you have a big content, and then you are going to create a new content which has some similar fields, similar information. Then you can rather create it from scratch. You can just use existing values and then change the other values and save it back. So I think this is quite simple, and hope this will be useful for you. So see you in another video. Thank you.